off, I'm going to be filling in my eyebrows that are almost non-existent because they're so light with the color Taupe Brow Liner from Mayron. Then apply your favorite eye primer, and mine is Urban Decay Anti-Aging Primer Potion. All of these colors today are going to be from the Naked 3 palette. So the first one we're going to be applying is Strange, and we're going to be applying that with the Madeyewlook eyeshadow brush underneath your brow bone and also on the inner corner of your eye. Then pat Limit onto your eyelid, and of course, you know, whatever I'm doing on one eye, do on the other one too. Then we're going to brush Limit a little bit above your crease and blend out with the previous color, which is Strange. If you want a little bit of shimmer going on top of that eyelid, put Burnout on your lid. For this step, I always kind of look at it like a greater than, less than sign, and we're going to be applying Nooner in the outer corner of our eyes. Of course, blend that all together. We're then going to be applying Blackheart. Now this color can be very dark, so please be very light-handed with this. Apply your favorite black eyeliner, which mine is Black Coal Eyeliner from Mayron. Then use your small angled brush from Madeyewlook and blend out your eyeliner a little bit so it's not so harsh. We're now going to start looking absolutely crazy and apply our highlighter and contour. For my highlighter, I'm going to be applying it personally for me on the tops of my cheeks, a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and a little bit on my chin. Remember that highlighters bring things forward and contouring brings things back. And I'm using Mayron Cream Makeup in Ivory. For my contouring, I'm then using Light 4 Mayron Cream Makeup, but I am very pale, so you may need something darker than this. I'm applying this around the outer edge of my face and also underneath the highlighting that I already put on my cheeks, and then we're just gonna blend it all out with the Madeyewlook contour brush. To finish up, I'm putting my favorite blush on the apples of my cheeks, which is Mocha by MAC. Since the best palette in the world just came out, I thought that I would do a little bit of a review after the tutorial that I just did. Now clearly you guys know that I think it's the best palette in the world and Naked 3 rocks. And very honestly, no, I'm not getting paid for this. I think I'm going to use this palette for the rest of my life as long as it's out. I'm sure you guys are completely familiar with the palette already, but all Naked 3 is all like rosy, pink kind of tones, which is absolutely perfect for all you people out there with blue eyes, green eyes, hazel eyes, lighter eyes. Can you use this on brown eyes? Well, of course. I mean, you can use the colors on, you know, whatever color eyeball you want. But overall, this palette really complements light eyes, but it'll look fine on like darker eyes as well. This palette, in my opinion, also will look nicest on like really pale skin or lighter skin. On darker skin, it might not show up as much. It'll be a little shimmery, but it may not be showing up the way that you exactly want it to. It's not going to be like boom in your face pink or anything like that. It's a Naked palette. It's not meant to be boom in your face pink. But overall, for darker skin people, especially this color Buzz, this might be actually really bright on your skin. It all depends. There are some darker colors at the end, but mostly it's pretty light. And for this look, I used Limit, which is this color, Nooner, which is this color, and a little bit of Blackheart. So I do have one of the darkest colors on my eyes right now if you guys want to compare that to your skin tone or how you might think it might show up for you. It's completely 100% up to you guys, but I definitely do not think that the Naked 3 palette is for everybody. This is really different than the other two palettes. Yes, I have all three. Urban Decay is actually one of the very first beauty brands that I actually started doing makeup with. So yes, I am a very loyal customer to Urban Decay. So this is the Naked 2 palette, and I want to show you guys the comparison, if I can pick it up. I want to show you guys the comparison to Naked 3. You can clearly see that Naked 3 is a lot more pink. And unlike Naked 1 and Naked 2, it is completely different in colors. Okay, there's maybe 2 or 3 colors that could be comparable to ones in Naked 1 and Naked 2, but overall the actual palette is completely different. I love all the Naked palettes, but I feel like in Naked 1 and Naked 2, they pretty much took all of the shimmery colors from Naked 1 and made them matte for Naked 2, and all of the ones that were matte in Naked 1, they made them shimmery for Naked 2. So I feel like they just kind of reversed the colors a little bit as far as their finish, but Naked 3 is completely different. Are there other colors comparable to these? Yeah, probably. I'm sure you could find something similar, but you have it all in one palette. And I don't usually do reviews, but I wanted to do a little bit of a review on this because I feel like, you know, I really love this product and I really want you guys to know that I love it in case you love it and then you want to get a palette that you might be able to use for the rest of your life, but not really, but let's hope they continue to make them for the rest of your life. So enough of me yapping, I'm gonna go with wax. still gonna be yapping, but I'll go through a few colors for you guys. I always use the Urban Decay Anti-Aging Primer Potion. Before this came out, I was using their regular primer potion. Now I have never, I don't know if this is, yeah, this will work. I don't know, I've never really used their other primers, so I can't really give a good review on them. I've always been a fan of the primer potion. I like the anti-aging primer potion. It definitely makes them true to their color in the package, so that's always a primer that I've liked to use. Now the first color is called Strange, and it's actually my favorite in the palette. Go figure. Of course I'm gonna like the one called Strange. And the reason I say it's one of my favorites in the palette is because obviously you can't really see it too much on my arm, but that's one of the reasons that I like it. A lot of times even I will use just straight up white underneath my brow for a highlighter, but that isn't always the best choice. I was trying to see if I have the Naked palette one around, but I don't. In the Naked One palette, they have a color called Virgin, and that is kind of a shimmery version of Strange, and I really like that one too. So my two favorite brow highlighters of every line of anything to ever exist is now Strange from the Naked 3 palette and Virgin from the Naked 1. Personally, I like matte colors. I don't really like shimmers too much, so Strange, this is my new baby. Next up we have a color called Dust, and as you guys can see, this is really, really shimmery. I don't know if the camera is gonna pick it up or not. Hopefully it does, but it's like a really light pink and it is shimmery. Next to that we have a color called Burnout. Now Burnout is kind of like, it's definitely absolutely rosy. It's almost a little smidgen coppery in my opinion. Next to that we have Limit. Limit is a matte color, and this is one of the colors that I have on my eyes right now. Then we have a color called Buzz, and this is the one that I said may be really bright on darker skin because it's just so pink. I wouldn't exactly describe this as like a bubblegum because it's not like, you know, that pink, but it's definitely one of the brightest pinks in the palette. After that we have a color called Trick, and this is a little bit more of a tan pink. It's not like a vibrant pink, and that's also shimmery. We then have a color called Nooner, and I have this on my eyes as well. I think this is really good to put on the outer corner of your eye. After that is a color called Liar, and I think that Liar is pretty much like the shimmer version of Nooner. Then we have Factory, so we're starting to get a little bit more into the browns. All these colors still have a pink undertone, but this is more brown towards the end of the palette. After that we have Mugshot. Both of these colors are shimmer, but as you can see, it's more of a metallic-y than it is an actual shimmer. I'm running out of room. We then have Dark Side, which you can see is definitely dark, and it's also a metallic-y finish. And then finally we have Blackheart, which is the darkest in the palette. Now on camera, Blackheart may look black, and it pretty much is. It's just like a super, super, super dark red, but it has like these rose gold almost shimmer within it, so when it reflects, it's actually a pink color-ish. So if you guys want to compare my arm to the palette, you can see that it's pretty close to what it actually is. So to sum up my review of the Naked 3 palette, I absolutely love this thing to death. So that's just about all I have to say for the Naked 3, that I absolutely love it.